Gregory Peck, an iconic figure in Hollywood, often held his thoughts close, but as time passed, he opened up about his thoughts on his fellow actor, Robert Mitchum. Both men were legends in their own right, yet their on-screen personas couldn't have been more different. While Peck embodied the principled, moral authority in roles like Atticus Finch in To Kill a Mockingbird, Mitchum exuded a more rugged, rebellious energy. Despite their contrasting styles, Peck came to deeply respect Mitchum's artistry. In his later years, Peck revealed that while their approaches to acting differed, he admired Mitchum's ability to make his performances seem effortless. Mitchum, according to Peck, had a natural gift for inhabiting his characters, often making it appear as though he wasn't acting at all, a trait that many actors, including Peck, envied. The relationship between Peck and Mitchum. Though Gregory Peck and Robert Mitchum's careers ran parallel in Hollywood, their interactions were relatively limited. They famously worked together in Cape Fear, 1962, where Peck played the law-abiding lawyer and Mitchum the villainous ex-con. The film demanded that they portray opposites, with Peck's dignified, restrained presence clashing against Mitchum's volatile, intimidating energy. Behind the scenes, however, Peck discovered that Mitchum's off-screen personality wasn't as menacing as his on-screen roles. Mitchum, known for his rebellious nature and indifference to Hollywood conventions, brought a sense of humor and wit to the set that helped ease the tension of their long days of filming. Despite their differences, the two men respected each other deeply, recognizing each other's dedication to their craft. Contrasting acting styles, Peck's acting career was defined by his classical training and careful preparation. He was the epitome of the leading man in Hollywood, known for his moral fortitude and poise on screen. Mitchum, on the other hand, was more instinctual, often choosing minimal rehearsal and relying on his innate sense of character. This natural approach to acting set Mitchum apart and gave his performances an authenticity that was difficult to replicate. Peck, while admiring Mitchum's effortless style, often reflected on how their styles diverged. Mitchum's ability to embody a character so naturally, without appearing to try, was something Peck found fascinating. Despite their differences in methodology, Peck appreciated the authenticity Mitchum brought to every role, something that made him an unforgettable presence on screen. Mitchum's rebellious nature. Gregory Peck, who was known for his orderly and responsible lifestyle, found Mitchum's off-screen persona to be both puzzling and admirable. Mitchum was often described as a Hollywood outsider, someone who resisted the conventions of stardom and lived on his own terms. In contrast, Peck, who valued family, responsibility, and discipline, sometimes found Mitchum's rebellious streak difficult to understand. However, rather than judging, Peck came to admire Mitchum's refusal to conform to Hollywood's expectations. He was his own man, Peck explained, respecting Mitchum's ability to remain true to himself, despite the pressures of fame. Peck's acknowledgement of Mitchum's individuality demonstrated a mutual respect between two very different men, each carving his own path in the world of film. The mutual recognition of authenticity. Gregory Peck's reflections on Robert Mitchum revealed a deeper understanding of what it meant to be true to oneself, both as an actor and as a person. While Mitchum's rebellious nature and disdain for Hollywood conventions often made him a misunderstood figure, Peck came to appreciate this authenticity. In a world where movie stars often conform to a certain image, Mitchum was an outlier. Peck admired Mitchum's ability to stay true to his own identity, and in a way, both actors shared a mutual respect for that kind of courage. For Peck, who was known for his impeccable image and moral roles, recognizing Mitchum's authenticity was a testament to the complex nature of Hollywood legends, each carving out their own legacy in unique ways. Working with Mitchum on Cape Fear filming Cape Fear, 1962, proved to be a memorable experience for both Gregory Peck and Robert Mitchum. The film required them to play polar opposites, with Peck portraying the righteous, determined lawyer and Mitchum taking on the role of the terrifying, morally ambiguous ex-convict. The contrast between their characters on screen mirrored the differences in their personal styles and acting methods. Peck recalled that Mitchum brought a certain unpredictability to the set, often easing the tension with his quick wit and ability to lighten the mood. Despite the intense nature of the film, Mitchum's sense of humor made the long, exhausting days more bearable. For Peck, this proved that Mitchum, while embodying a darker character, had a lightness of spirit that made him an enjoyable and professional partner on set. The respect between two icons. In breaking his silence about Robert Mitchum, Gregory Peck provided a rare glimpse into the dynamic between two of Hollywood's greatest stars. Despite their differing approaches to acting, both men held a profound respect for one another. Peck, the classical actor who approached each role with precision and care, saw in Mitchum a natural, almost effortless talent that allowed him to bring a unique authenticity to every character. Mitchum's lack of pretense, his ability to make acting seem easy, was something Peck admired deeply. Though their paths rarely crossed after Cape Fear, the respect they shared for each other's artistry lasted long after the cameras stopped rolling, cementing their status as two of Hollywood's most enduring legends. Peck's legacy and Mitchum's influence. Gregory Peck's legacy as an actor is defined by his dignified roles and moral authority on screen. Characters like Atticus Finch in To Kill a Mockingbird have made him an enduring symbol of integrity and justice. However, in reflecting on his career and the men he worked with, it's clear that Peck was influenced by a range of different talents, including Mitchum. While Mitchum's rebellious naturalistic style was in contrast to Peck's own methodical approach, the two shared a bond of mutual respect. Mitchum's influence can be seen in Peck's recognition of authenticity in acting, and the quiet admiration he held for Mitchum's ability to remain true to himself in an often superficial industry. Their relationship, though brief, left an indelible mark on both their careers. A rare friendship in Hollywood is often known for its rivalries, but the relationship between Gregory Peck and Robert Mitchum was one of quiet respect and mutual admiration. Though their acting styles differed greatly, they recognized the unique strengths in each other's craft. Peck, the classical actor known for his preparation and moral roles, admired Mitchum's effortless ability to inhabit a character with minimal rehearsal. Mitchum, in turn, seemed to respect Peck's dignified approach to acting. Their work together on Cape Fear provided a rare opportunity to witness two icons from opposite sides of the acting spectrum collaborate, and the result was a dynamic film that showcased the best of both men's talents. Gregory Peck's passing and final legacy. Gregory Peck's passing in 2003 marked the end of an era in Hollywood. A towering figure of integrity, compassion, and moral strength, Peck's death left a void in the industry that few could fill. He passed peacefully in his sleep at the age of 87, surrounded by his wife, Veronique Passani, who had been his constant companion for nearly 5 decades. Peck's death was not marked by the chaos and turmoil that often accompany the passing of Hollywood stars. Instead, it was a quiet end for a man who had lived his life with dignity and grace. His legacy continues through his children, grandchildren, and the timeless roles he left behind, including his portrayal of Atticus Finch, which remains one of the most revered performances in film history. A life well lived, Gregory Peck's enduring legacy. Gregory Peck's death in 2003 marked the passing of a Hollywood legend whose legacy continues to inspire audiences and actors alike. His life was defined not only by his iconic roles, but also by the values he held dear: integrity, compassion, and a deep sense of responsibility. He was a man who took his work seriously, but never lost sight of the importance of family and personal relationships. His long marriage to Veronique Passani, his devotion to his children and grandchildren, and his humanitarian efforts reflect the kind of life Peck led, one of quiet dignity and profound love for others. As we remember Gregory Peck, we honor not just the man he was on screen, but the man he was in life, a symbol of decency, strength, and honor in an ever-changing world.